Welcome to Standing Room Only, the podcast that provides a safe space to fangirl and freak out about the things we love, from pop music to TV shows, films, musicals, books, and hobbies. This is a passionate place for passionate people. I am here today with your favourite boy wizard's favourite boy wizard, a cosplay queen, comedy legend, singing Yorkshire icon. It is the wickedly talented Em Wallbank. How are you doing?
I love that intro. That's how I want to be introduced into every room ever.
You got to write it into your contracts from
Your
now on.
favourite boy wizard's favourite boy wizard. Baby. How
Had to be
very
done.
Chapel Roan of me.
Had to be done. I love that. Sasha Colby, Chapel Roan, and Walk.
Sasha Colby. Oh my God. Imagine if that was my drag family. Oh, iconic.
Can you imagine? Icons upon icons.
Who's your drag mum? Chapel Roan.
Yeah, but she must be like a similar age to you, like drag sister, right?
I think we are the same age. I don't know if that's me and Sabrina Carpenter, actually. Or it could be all three of us. Maybe we're all separated at birth. Who knows?
That'd be cool. I want my drag mother to be Bianca Del Rio because I need her to teach me to have a backbone.
Oh, I love that woman. I think I quote weekly, "What do you do successfully?"
Yeah.
To so many people.
I love it so much. But I thought I'd get you on today as Wicked. The Wicked era seems to have come to an end across the world,
really
although we don't know.
Whoa.
Cynthia should have done it like that. She missed the trick.
Exactly like that.
But I was like, who can I get on to talk about Wicked, who I know is a massive fan and who has been also like in the thick of the promo, really, because obviously you attended the premiere.
Yeah, I feel like I've done my own Wicked press tour, which is insane. I feel like my life for the past maybe like year has been very Wicked centric, which is quite very like I grew up on Wicked. I think I saw it for the first time when I was like 14. But like I'd heard the soundtrack before that because Defying Gravity popped up on Glee, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I saw it when I was at school. I played Alphabet at school for an exam, so I was big on Wicked from like an early age. I think I'd seen Wicked before I'd seen a lot else. Wicked was my first magic school. Everyone else's was Hogwarts. Mine was Shiz. Like I was big on Wicked.
I love that. Do you remember who your first Elphaba and Glinda were?
So I cannot remember who my Elphaba was, but I remember my Glinda was because I lost my head because she was in the Dorothy TV show that Andrew Lloyd Webber did. And I loved that show so much because I saw it on tour.
Oh, okay.
So I can't remember her bloody name now. I just remember her name was Sophie, who was Glinda. But I remember being obsessed with the Elphaba and like stalking her on Instagram for years after. And I think as a result of that, I've blocked the name out of my brain because do you know when you go into like full stalker mode and you've got fan edits and you've got a Tumblr page? That was me.
But that's what I love because like that's why I wanted to do this podcast and like rebrand it to Standing Room Only because like if you don't get it, you'll never get it. Like I was the same. So I saw Wicked when I was 17. My first Elphaba was Kerry Ellis, and then it was Diane Pilkington was Glinda. God. And then I consequently saw Rachel Tucker and Louise Dearman. I literally feel like blessed by the Wicked gods.
Oh my God. No, I always feel this way about the people that have seen Jessica Vosk.
Oh no, don't even.
Because her no good deed is...
Yeah, see, my favourite no good deed will always be Rachel Tucker's, but I think it's because I saw it in the flesh twice.
Yeah. You feel a connection when you've seen that Elphaba in person. You absolutely
do. Because I remember as well, like when
spectacular.
I was but I used to scroll like YouTube videos, slime tutorials of all the like Wicked performances, and people fight in the comments that they've always been fighting about who is the best Elphaba, who's the best Glinda, and it basically is like the one that you saw is the best.
See, I always think this, but right, so this is going to be a really controversial opinion now for the Wicked fans, and people really are going to riot. I enjoyed the American recordings way more because I don't like Wicked in an English accent.
I'm so with you on this.
I think it sounds like, this is no disrespect to the Wicked on the West End right now, but I think because of the nature of the show, I think in an English accent it just sounds like panto.
See, I think that it takes you out of the illusion of Oz a little bit
Yeah,
because they
very
sound
does.
so posh. It sounds like they've gone to like, I don't know, like the poshest university you can imagine, and that's where they are.
It makes it sound like Mary Poppins rather than, which is funny because the current Glinda it was Mary Poppins as well. So I think that but I think that I don't understand why they do it in an English accent over here because the Wizard of Oz is American. It's like them. I mean, I know it's historical, but it's like them doing Hamilton in an English accent. But I feel the same way about when they do Six in America, they do it in American accents. During
Yeah,
like you're
oh,
playing English people, be
yeah.
English.
Because the beauty of Six as well is the regional accents.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
when like I don't, and then obviously to British ears, American sounds American. Like
yeah,
we can
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
distinguish Southern and California and New York, but otherwise it's American, right?
Oh yeah, like I listen to American and I'm like I could not unless it's something really strong. I'm like I cannot place this. Like this just sounds like an episode of Friends. No matter what, Six should be English. American Wicked should be American. I think popular doesn't hit the same in an English accent because I think popular doesn't sound as satisfying. It just doesn't, and I will die on that hill. So for that reason, my favorite Glinda is Megan Hilty. Her
Yeah.
version of Thank Goodness is, oh, I
Unreal. It's unreal.
inject it into my eyeballs. Like she's, I mean, I've been obsessed with that woman forever anyway because I saw Smash when
Oh wow.
I was at theatre school, and I used to get up at like 5 a.m. to watch Smash on NBC, and her singing "Let Me Be Your Star" lives rent free in my brain at all times. But she just is Glinda for me, and I think Ariana pulls from all the best Glindas in the film
You
because
can
shit.
like
Mm,
when people were saying like, oh, Ariana Grande isn't going to be a good Glinda, I was like, she's a fan of the show. She is going to
I
be
will
so
say,
good.
I was mad. I was
Were you?
so mad, yeah, because I think, no disrespect to Ariana, I think there's so many amazing theatre performers that have shone in that role and that will go on to shine in that role that would have been fantastic. And when they cast Ariana, I knew that she'd done like 13 on Broadway and I'd seen her do like the Wicked anniversary concerts and stuff. And I knew she could sing, but in my head, she did not make sense as a Glinda. And I will say, my mind was changed and I am now obsessed with that woman.
Yeah, see, because I love Ariana Grande, but I love
Yeah.
the things I love about her are like how funny she is. So like when she does
Yeah.
the impressions, and then I remember seeing her in a carpool karaoke with, I think it was Seth MacFarlane, I can't remember, and she
Yes.
sang "Suddenly Seymour." So when she was cast as Glinda, I was like, that's the first thought. I was like, her singing "Suddenly Seymour." I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah. Because like her name had been batted about for a few years for Alphabet, which I could kind of see.
Mm.
Like vocally, but like acting wise, I just got Cat Valentine in my brain, and oh,
Yeah,
shaking
see,
my
because
head.
I've got younger sisters, so my mum was the same. She was like,
Mm.
all I can see when I see Ariana Grande is that stupid voice she does for Cat
Yeah,
Valentine. So that that's so good. um, and then yeah, and I was like, just wait, just wait. I was so confident that she had it, and then yeah, but like you say, she pulled from
I was
definitely for
so
Thank
ready.
Goodness.
To be fair, I was ready to be proved wrong because I think because she started in theatre, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. Not that anybody cares about my opinion.
We
Not
do.
that
That's
I
why
am
you're
on
here.
casting, but like I was so ready to be proved wrong. And I remember sitting in the in the premiere last year, and I was sat on my own, like literally in a block of seats on my own, and I was like, "Here we go," and I was psyching myself up, like. This film for me, I was like, if this goes badly, I never want to leave the house again. Like, if this goes badly,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to go out in public because this is everything I've loved since being a teenager. And she was just, I loved Glinda growing up, and she did it so well. And I think coming off the back of part two as well, there's just a complete shift in like character growth as well. And she's just amazing. And
Yeah,
I will fight people that disagree, to be honest. Like
that's the thing.
I'm winding up that punch ready for anybody that comes near me.
Absolutely. Because that's the thing as well. I think there are so many different ways to play Alphabet and Glinda. And when you see it on stage multiple times, you see so many different interpretations of so many different parts of it.
Yeah,
It's not like some musicals you go and see and it's like it's always the same kind of
yeah,
levels.
yeah.
But some people play Glinda with so much like ferocity, especially in the second part. And it's like she can be like ditzy and funny and singing popular, but when she
Mm,
gets really like into the emotional punches, like some of them play it so passionately, and you're like,
mm.
hang on a minute. And I think Ariana did pull on that quite a lot.
Yeah, and I think again, this is going to be a really controversial Wicked stage opinion for me, but the Wicked stage fans are going to come for me. I think it's really easy to be a bad Glinda because I
Mm,
think so many of them lean into like that ridiculousness almost too much and almost make her
yeah,
like a caricature, but not in like the propagandary, fun, pink, like look over there, distracting kind of way, just in like a you're playing it like a clown.
yeah, I get that.
I've got such strong feelings about this show, but I need hobbies. Um,
This is a hobby.
but that was what I was scared of that Ariana was going to do because of all the Valentine stuff. I thought she was going to really lean into that, almost just like tomfoolery a bit too much, and sort of be a bit too sparkly and a bit too like, oh, I'm just here to make people laugh. And she didn't. I think she had that balance of like, because at the root of the stage show is this like sisterhood between these two girls that ends up obviously going places because one of them makes the right choices and one of them gets led astray by politics. And I think Ariana does that really nicely. Like she does that really funny, silly, gaily, like everything, but she's got the love side of it down. And her and this is another hill I will die on. I don't think her and Cynthia are weird. I think her and Cynthia are just massive theatre kids.
Yes, 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 yes.
I do not get this whole Ariana and Cynthia are being weird. Ariana and Cynthia are doing this, and you're like, have you ever seen a theatre kid? Like, spend
Honestly.
20 minutes at a 11 to 18 Amdram club. All of the kids are the same. They're all braiding each other's hair and singing Kumbaya in circles and doing harmony and tap dancing down the hallway. Like, as a former theatre kid, I'd say former, I'm not former at all, I'm still a massive nerd. But like, as a theatre kid, I can confirm they are the weirdest group of people, but in like a really wholesome way. But it's almost like a cult. If you're not on the
Yeah.
inside of it, you don't understand it.
Yeah, because I did a video and I was like, they're not weird. Like, you've obviously never been in a school play because,
Yeah.
like, I was in like all the school productions as a kid, teenager, and everyone on the outside's like, why is Dan painted himself green today to be Puck in Midsummer Night's Dream? Why is Dan walking around the school in a cone bra because he's in We Will Rock You? And I was like, the show wraps and you're all like hugging each other, like, oh
Yeah.
my, and it's like you've been through this like emotional transformation. And it's like, it was a school production of
And
Grease. Do you know what I
sometimes
mean?
you really have, because like sometimes it's hella traumatic. Like
Yeah.
I did Sweeney Todd in my first year of college and I was Mrs. Lovett and I was painfully awkward. And I remember my drama teacher pulling me and the guy who played Sweeney Todd into a room and making us hug locked in a room for an hour because we'd got no chemistry and she thought it was weird. So she made us like sit in a dance studio and just hug for shout out to that guy. That was it. That was the most awkward experience of my life. But like when you've got drama teachers and stuff doing like that, of course you're going to be weird.
Yeah, but that's it because I had the same. So I was in We Will Rock You. I can't remember the character's name now, but they wanted me in Madonna's cone bra, like painted gold, a string vest, the skinniest jeans I've ever worn in my life, and I was like this 6 foot 7 stone, like awkward kid, and I didn't want to wear it. And my music teacher was like, "Put it on. I'm going to walk you through the entire school at lunchtime." And I was like, okay. So I got marched through the school, through the canteen, through the playground, across the football field, wearing
No
this. And
way.
but like literally, like now I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. So I genuinely think like that was like a groundbreaking moment in my life that I'll never forget because I was like, if I've done that, do I really care what people think? No.
But this is exactly why the entire Wicked cast like they are, because they had however many years of this, of being in like this really immersive bubble, and like they did such a good job with the set and costumes as well. Like
Yeah.
they were gonna be fully immersed in this thing. Like people laughed at Austin Butler for years for doing that Elvis accent after, but I think when you spent I mean, it was a little bit funny, but I think when you spent so much time in a world that like is so immersive as well, and everybody's so passionate about getting it right, it is gonna make you a little bit different. Like it'll wear off eventually, maybe, but yeah, I don't think Cynthia and Ariana are weird. I think they're just theatre kids. I remember
Absolutely.
doing worse when I was at theatre school, and people being like, "Oh yeah, this is normal."
Yeah, we did one production at school, and I can't remember how it started, but someone got like a length of fabric and put it on as a cape. And then the next day, all of us after school went to Fabric Land in town and bought fabric. So then we were all walking around in capes. Like I was like 17. I was not a child. Do you know what I mean? Like, who cares? It was great.
It's a really hard culture to explain to anybody that's not been in it, because I remember just being like stood in school hallways and like harmonising the whole of "Damn It, Janet" from Rocky Horror. I remember like learning the choreography to episodes of Glee, and that was just what we did at break time. And
Yeah.
you try to explain that to other people, and they're like, "What?" I
Yeah.
could come out with the most like niche references, like the whole Adele Dazeem thing was huge in my circles for years. You said that outside the theatre kid, and they're like, "What? What are you talking about?" And
Yeah, exactly.
you build like such a weird bond with people. It is sometimes I think it's a trauma bond, but it's why would you, when you spend all that time together and you're in like intense situations and you have got to form those relationships, you do think different.
Yeah, and it is intensive. And also like the whole thing is built on emotion. So you're like trying to fabricate emotions when you're acting and singing. And then that kind of seeps into your everyday because then you're so like hyper aware of every emotion that in your real life you're like, someone says something to you and you end up crying. They're like, why are you crying? I'm like, I don't know. I've just been in a drama room for like
I'm
six
just
hours.
emotional.
It's like- yeah.
If grown men can all go out in matching t-shirts and cry at football, I can cry at Wicked and hold someone's hand. Like I stand by it. Like Man United, um, there, Glinda and Elphaba are right here. These two things are the same in different fonts.
Yeah, the difference is that when Glinda doesn't get on the broom, Alphaba doesn't punch her in the face, and there's not a big like fight in the cinema because that's what happens in football, right? Like, there's no referee there with a red card being like, "Get on the broom," or you sit out there for 10 minutes. Do you
I
know what I
feel like
mean?
that would have made Wicked a lot more interesting, like just assigning red cards for random behaviour. Fairy
Come
gets
with
a
me.
yellow card for dancing on the book.
Think of what we could do together, bitch. Come on. I love that. The other thing, like, one thing, obviously, social media is hideous, but
Oh, it's awful.
I've found it really interesting the reactions to Wicked for Good compared
Yeah,
to the Wicked Part 1.
I have. Because I will say right here, right now, I do not think it was as strong as the first part. However, I also wasn't expecting it to be as strong as the first part,
Right?
because every musical, the second half is not as strong as the first. Because the first has to do naturally a lot more world building, a lot more character, like in-depth analysis. It has got the better songs because that is where the most of the plot is driven. The second act of a show is about tying up loose ends and about
Yeah.
coming to a satisfying conclusion. I I I do think that with all of the extra runtime, they could have cleared up a lot more of the plot holes that are in the show that they don't have time to do anything with, and could have, especially because this one leans so much into the 1930 Wizard of Oz as well. I feel like there could have been a few more, because I still don't know why Bock and Fiero pretended that they didn't know each other
Yeah,
and
that's
walked
one thing.
down the Relic Brick Road with Dorothy. I still don't know why Fiero was like, oh, and then all of a sudden went and saved Elphaba. Like, I still don't understand that. But I did really enjoy it. I thought that Cynthia's No Good Deed might go down in one of the top 10 moments of all time.
Yeah, like I literally like, because I feel like a bit. I had so much like expectation with the first film that Defying Gravity, I didn't have the same emotional reaction that everyone else did. I was just a bit like,
Mm.
oh, it's happened. Oh my god, like whatever. With No Good Deed, I was literally like, oh my god, like
Oh, it was
kill me now,
insane.
because if that's the last thing I ever see, I can die happy.
Yeah,
Like,
like the hairs on the back of my neck. Because that entire film experience was hilarious because I took my younger sister and it's the first film premiere she's ever been to. And she's 16. And when I was 16, I was not at film premieres. I was drinking in parks. So
right.
to be sat there with my 16-year-old sister and be able to be like, right, this is what a film premiere is like. And she also loves Wicked, but has never seen the show. Her only experience with Wicked is the film. So
Oh wow.
she didn't have a lot of expectations going in as regards to it, and her reaction to stuff was so good, and like sitting there with someone that hasn't seen those things before, because I mean I've seen the show 2-3 times maybe, and then watched it 1,000 times on YouTube, and her sat during As Long As You're Mine honestly might be one of it will be my funniest memory of Annie, is her sitting down and Jonathan Bailey taking his shirt off and her going wow, and just be like, oh my god.
So she had the same reaction as everyone else in the world.
Oh, Annie was feral. I
It's when you
sat
go,
there and I
why
was
is this a
like,
PG? I want this to be a 15 at least now, just for this moment.
I know. I sat there. I like cackled through As Long As You Mind. I feel like I'm gonna have to go watch this film because I mean I've literally just got back from a trip and the first thing I want to do, I want to go and see it again. But I feel like I need to go and see it, not sat next to Annie, so I can appreciate what's going on. Because she was so funny. At one point, she like grabbed my arm, mouth wide open, and just went, "Oh my god!"
I love that. See, because for me, like, I have an unpopular opinion where I prefer the second half of Wicked. And
That's
I think it's,
rogue.
yeah, I think it's because, like, I'm a very emotional person, but also,
Yeah,
like, I love it's like a revelation after revelation after revelation. So you've got, like,
no,
oh, Bock is the Tin Man. Oh my God, Fierro is the Scarecrow. Oh my God, he's her dad. Oh my God, they're not dead. Like, you go through this, like, such a. And in the show, it happens so quick because it's an hour
yeah,
long. So you're literally like, bam, bam, bam. And by the end of it, you're like, oh my God. And I feel like the film being longer kind of took maybe some of that away. But I also, like, my favorite songs from the show are Full Good, No Good Deed, and As Long As You're Mine. So, like, it has
yeah.
my favorite songs. It has all the revelation. It has all the emotion, and the fight scene as well is one of my favorite parts of the entire thing. So,
Oh, which was
I have a really
so
unpopular
well
opinion.
done.
Oh, so
Oh,
good.
Ariana doing that little giggle and then like running at Cynthia full pelt might be one of the best things she did in like the whole span of the film. And she did some hilarious thing, but her doing that fake laugh and then bombing
Yeah.
at Cynthia, I loved. I absolutely. They did it so well because I think that's another one of the moments in the show that I think sometimes comes off too pantomime, especially in a British accent. But I think they balanced it so well on that, like, this is supposed to be like a funny cat fight, but also the tone of the second film is so different to the first one. And I think they found a nice intersection for that bit, and it didn't take you out of it, the fact that there was two girls having a cat fight, because it so easily could have done as well.
Yeah. I
And
think it added that,
I loved
like,
it.
yeah, no, because you get to a point where you're like, oh, this is so dark. There could be, like, you could do with a bit of a funny break. And then they do it with the fight. And I feel like, as well, with Glinda, there are so many lines. And some actresses in the show every single line that she has, they make it funny.
Yeah,
And some don't make any funny. And there's a real balance. And I love the fact that it was all played seriously. And then it was the cat fight. And then obviously the line, And I had so many friends. Like,
Mm.
I was so grateful for that laugh. Like, at that moment, I was like, thank God. Like, I feel like you're sobbing, crying, and then you laugh and you're like, oh, good. They did a funny
But
one.
it was done so well though as well. That line in particular when she does that, because it is that she balanced like the realization of she has realized that she's got all of this, and that's not what she wants. She wants that friendship with Elphaba, and delivery was just so good. And I loved it. I just wish I think the actual film itself, I just wish from a plot side, they'd got so much extra time in that film. There's so many things from the book that they could have pulled to like weave together some of those plot holes. Because this is also going to be really controversial. As much as I love the new songs, I don't think we needed them.
No, I think with Alphaba's song, it
Mm,
worked because they added the animals storyline. So I got
yeah,
it. Ariana's for me, it was just misplaced.
it was.
It,
Yeah, and I think with both of them, I heard somebody else, I can't remember who else I heard say this the other week, and I heard it, and I was listening to a YouTube video, and I instantly agreed with it. I think that Stephen Schwartz has been away from where he was mentally for Wicked for so long, because it was 20 years ago. I don't think musically they make sense with the rest of the plot either. Somebody said that they should have got Kristen Robert Anderson Lopez to write it, because so much of what they've written for Book of Mormon, for Frozen, sounds so reminiscent of like that era of Stephen Schwartz. They should have written the new songs,
yeah,
and they shouldn't have been from Glinda and Elphaba's perspective. We should have had one from Fiero's perspective,
100%, 100%.
going into why he's got that inner turmoil of why he wants to be, because it does just look like, I think in both the film and the show, you don't see that build up between them. You just see them have that one moment together with the Lion Cub, and then all of a sudden, however many years later, he's like, peace out. I'm gonna go now. Bye. I'm fancying some green titties. Like, that's literally what happens. And I think it would have been nice, even if it was just an extra scene, an extra song, to see that, like, this is something I've been really struggling with for years. They could have given us more from those flashback scenes that they filmed. I'd have liked to have seen more of that. I think the Dr. Dillerman moment was a bit of a throwaway.
Yeah, I kind of see that. I
I
can
do.
see
I
that.
think that in the show is such an important bit, especially in like off the back of Wonderful as well, and having that realization. I think adding Glinda into Wonderful was such a good move as well,
Yeah, and
because
that made so much more sense.
it showed how she was being used as a puppet, and how she didn't even really understand the full gravity of the situation either. And I think to then do that and then kind of throw away the Dr. Dillerman moment was a bit like, okay, no, no. But yeah, there's just a few things that I think could have done with all the extra time that they had, because it's like still a 2.5 hour film, isn't it?
Yes, 2 hours 10, I think. It's
They
only
could
20
have,
minutes shorter than the first one.
yeah, and they could have explained a lot more. I loved that we didn't see Dorothy's face.
I see. Yeah, so I loved that as well. The only
Mm.
bit that took me out of it is when her legs are like dangling in the air, and I was like, uh, mm, did,
POV.
yeah, it was like, okay, that wasn't. But yeah, I agree. I love that, and also with the wonderful thing, like I've never liked that song because I've never understood why. Like
Yeah,
when she goes back to the wizard and they're singing Wonderful, and I'm like, it's been like how many years? Like 5 years between one and two. Like
yeah,
she's not buying into this at this point. Like I don't
no.
understand. So, but yeah, the Glinda addition to that, like it may. And now I was like, okay, now it makes sense. Now I can like accept this little piece of plot. Do you know what I mean? But
Mm.
no, yeah, I thought the Fiero having a song thing as well would have made more sense if they're going to not drag out. Sorry, bad use of words. If they're going to extend, thank goodness, use the time to show Fiero having that battle then
Yeah,
as
they could
well.
have given him a verse in Thank
Yeah,
Goodness, and
I mean they cut
even
Morables,
that,
so give it to Fiero.
right? Another fun. I don't think this is controversial though.
Let's get into this.
So after watching the first film, I liked Michelle Yeoh. as Morrible. She she was the only person in the cast that I wasn't 100% sold on, but I did like her in the first part. I did come out of it immediately concerned for the second part though, and I was right to be. Um, I'm gonna say right now, Hannah Waddingham was right there.
Audra McDonald for me
See,
was
Audra
mine.
McDonald also, but I think Hannah Waddingham and Jeff Goldblum would have had the most amazing chemistry.
Yeah.
And I think because, and I'll tell you what made me think it. I love her in Ted Lasso, and she plays that like behind the scene, especially when you see the whole thing with like the Keely and Ted's photos in the first season. I think she plays that like manipulating behind your back, but like, oh, whatever can I do to you? I think she does that so well, and she's also just got the most amazing voice. And I think even presence wise, she just looks like a Madame Morrible. I needed her, and that when I came out the second film, the first thing I said was Hannah should have been Madame Morrible. Michelle Yeoh looks fantastic and is menacing and evil and terrifying, but I do think I missed having a vocally powerful Madame Morrible in the second film so much.
Yeah. Because the thing is as well with Madame Morrible, like you keep saying about like the risk of like going into panto.
Mm,
The one character in Wicked that is almost pantomime and it works is Morrible. And that exaggerated, like that evil when she does the, this manifestation and like, all
mm.
that wicked witch. Some of the actresses on stage scream that line and
Yeah,
it
because
gives you
Cheryl Lee
chills.
Ralph does it and it's phenomenal. And I thought that because they did the whole thing with the clapping and at the monkeys, and I remember being in the cinema and being like, and then she did the Wicked Witch line that I just wasn't. I didn't have the same reaction to that as I did the monkey thing, but the monkey
Yeah.
thing was so scary.
Yeah, I think it was like a bit downplayed, and like it worked. I think the acting, like she's a legend. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
I think it worked, and the choices she made, they made sense within the context of the film.
yeah.
The singing for me, and it wasn't even her vocal ability. It was like there were lines that she sang that could have been given to literally anyone else.
Mm.
Like, do you know what I mean? You had Kiala Settle. Oh my
I
God,
was
butchered that
just
name.
about to say
She
this.
was right there. Just give her the singing, all of the singing. Because even like
Mm,
the day you were first summoned, it doesn't need to be from Morrible. Like
no.
she could have had a non-singing role, and I'd have been fine with that.
Mm, yeah. I think I love Michelle Yeoh as well because her in Crazy Rich Asians, she's one of my favorite villains ever. Because her as Eleanor Young, she's just menacing, and I love her. And I sat there watching. I think the first time I watched Crazy Rich Asians and was terrified of like if I had that as a mother-in-law, I think I'd cease to exist. Luckily, I don't. But she, I've really, and I think she looks fantastic, and she has got that gravitas. I think it needed to be someone who could sing.
Yeah,
I don't think I felt it as much in the first part, but the second part, it needed to be someone who could sing, and
yeah, 100%.
and be like ridiculous. I also think fantastic pick for Morrible would have been there is a Broadway actress called Leslie Margarita. She was Mrs. Wormwood in Matilda on Broadway and just has that like ridiculous over the topness, but is also a menace. And she also would have been fantastic. And it would have I understand why they cast the way it would, and but it would have also been nice to see some like lesser known, I think, really Broadway or like West End names in there. Because when we saw Alice Fern as Glinda's mum, it was
Yeah,
nice, but also like Alice Fern can sing, damn, and we saw that woman in two scenes.
yeah, I know. My
It's just
wildcard Morrible would be Bianca Del Rio.
oh, give me Jinx Monsoon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Can you imagine
Jinx
that?
Monsoon as Morrible would be legendary. I think she could do it as well. I think she'd be amazing.
Yeah, she is a witch, so
Mm,
just fits straight in.
I love that for her. But no, yeah, Morrible, Man, the
But I
costumes are
also,
amazing though.
oh, the
Beautiful
costumes,
gowns.
yeah. Her
Beautiful
hair, when
gowns.
it's like beautiful gowns. It's fashion. And it's fashion. But no, it just, I think every musical movie has to have one that
Russell
you're
Crowe,
like,
Les Mis.
Russell Crowe, Pierce Brosnan, Mamma Mia. Although
Yeah, but
Les Mis has several for me, I'm not going to lie.
who's your several? Because, right, I will say now, I'm an Amanda Seyfried apologist.
No, no.
I think she's fantastic in that film. I think she's so, like, doe-eyed and people can say what they want. I think Cosette's annoying in the show.
Yeah.
So I
She's
think it
annoying, but I
kind of...
don't want to, like, put a pillar over her face and be like, stop singing.
I think she's really sweet. I never got the Amanda Seyfried hate in that
I
film.
can't, I tell you what it is. Like, I think what it is with Les Mis is, and I get that they have to cast some big names, right? To be
Yeah.
like, you want to see this film. Hugh Jackman, bad choice. Russell Crowe, bad choice. Amanda Seyfried, I like her singing annoyed me. And I think her singing annoyed me more because Hugh Jackman's singing already pissed me off so bad. And then you've got Samantha Bucks and Aaron Tveit, and I'm like, they are the best thing about this film. Employ more West End performers. Do you know what I mean?
Did
That's my
you
hot
not
take.
like Hugh Jackman in that film?
No.
That is rogue. I thought he
Bring
was great in it.
him home.
Have you seen the guy who does the impressions of it on
Obsessed.
TikTok?
Obsessed.
Oh my
He's got
god.
like nearly 1 million followers just from doing that. I'm like, that's how bad Hugh Jackman was.
Another story must begin. I
That was a
think
lot of
about
hot
that
takes at
guy
once.
a lot. I really do think about that guy all the time.
Literally, as soon as I hear a new song, I'm like, I can't wait for him to do this one.
It was when he was doing like Sabrina Carpenter and stuff. I was
It's so
rent
funny.
free.
But yeah, I just yeah, Les Mis just annoyed me, I think. But I think it's because like it's such a every song is like a vocal performance.
Yeah,
So if you've
definitely.
not got the chops, step back. And I think, yeah.
Yeah, at least we
Now
didn't
I
get
feel like a
James
right
Corden
dick.
there.
Imagine.
It could be a lot worse. Stop casting James Corden in things that aren't Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah, literally like British sitcoms, yes. Everything else, we're good.
He's fantastic in Gavin and Stacey, and that is
Yeah.
what I will say.
But no, I do think the Wicked casting was, I do think it was like one of the best we've had for a musical film throughout.
Yeah,
Like Jonathan Bailey as well. And Ethan Slater, like I was like, first film fine, second film I was like, fuck
yeah. No, I had
off.
the same opinion. Like first film, sorry, Ethan Slater. I do think watching his performance in the first film, anybody like they could have picked any Broadway tenor and they'd have had the same performance. The second act, however, I ate my hat. He was incredible.
Yeah, like that whole thing, I literally was like, yeah, I was so surprised that there was that much like anger coming out of Bok. And I was like, I love these choices. Like it was so powerful.
I want to take a minute because Bronwyn James as Shen Shen. I love Bronwyn. Bronwyn went to my theatre school.
Oh wow.
I've got such a deep appreciation for that girl. She's an amazing performer. I think she might be the funniest person in that film.
So
Genuinely, I
funny.
think she's hilarious.
And I saw her say recently, like loads of it was improvised. There's loads of improv going on.
Yeah, and she's just the funniest. Her going like, raise your hand. She's so good, and it's because her delivery is so like she brings like a British sense of humor to an obviously
Yeah.
like really American environment, and it's not distracting, and it's really she's just her and Bowen Yang. I needed more of them. Like in
Yeah, I
both
missed them.
films, I wanted more of them because I thought them as a duo were so funny, and they're just great, aren't they?
So good. Yeah, like because I wasn't sold on it as well. Like when I saw that Glinda was going to have these two best friends, and I saw like
Mm.
they were going to be really like comedic, I was like, I'll see. I'll see. Obviously, not knowing much about either of them. And
Yeah.
then when I watched the first film, I was like, this makes so much sense. Like,
Well, this is what they gave us: a Gretchen Wieners and a Karen Smith, and I loved that. But they need. I feel like they could have given them like an extra 10 minutes screen time each, and it still wouldn't have been enough. Like they were so. I just want. I want a spin-off series of them two at Shiz just reading everybody to Phil. I feel like I need it.
just put it on SNL.
Yeah, I feel like yeah. Get Bronwyn James on SNL right now. Get her and Bowen Yang doing a full sketch that's just like a Get Ready With Me with Fanny and Shen Shen. I
No,
love them
yeah,
so deeply.
it was so good. It was, yeah, they just made so many good choices. And I think the first film, because of all the choices, like everything seems so thought out and so well done. I think in the
Mm,
second film, it was like it's a difficult thing, isn't it, to veer away from the source material when it's
yeah,
so packed with so many like revelations and big emotional punches. Like, yeah, you know, I was a huge fan of Wicked for Good. I will be
I'd
forever.
loved it. I need to go and see it again because I feel like I need to watch it in like 3 4 times to appreciate all the little because the moment where they recreated the poster,
Oh no, that was end game,
I
end
thought
game.
I thought I was gonna drop dead on the spot. I was just
Yeah, because there were a few moments in the show and the film that are like they just get you, and the one where Chistry says Miss Galinda, like, just dead, just kill me now, like that.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? And there were so many moments that just like, and then by the time the film ends, like when they were singing for good, Emma next to me, my wife, for those who don't know, was sat there next to me, and I was like, "Are you okay?" It was like she was at a funeral of a loved one, like absolutely like all out, and I was like, I'm trying to hold it together because I'm like, you know, I can do this, and like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, the video of me crying after the Wicked premiere, I nearly didn't post because it was that bad. Like I was shaking, and my little sister filmed it, and I was sat next to her in the cinema, and she looked at me and she just went, "Oh Jesus Christ." Because I was like shaking, sobbing, my lip was quivering. Like I couldn't, I was like out loud sobbing and I couldn't control it. And it was just not good at all. It was maybe one of the most embarrassing moments of my entire life. Because then, as I was walking out the cinema as well, there's a couple of my other mates in the room and they caught up with me and they were like, "Are you all right?" And I just went, and they were like, "Well, we'll leave you to it." Yeah. Yeah,
It's
we're
true
not going to
though.
talk.
But that's the thing, because like in the stage show as well, like there are like I've left Wicked before in the middle of London, and you have to leave the theatre so quick, and I'm
Mm.
like snot down my face. Do you
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? Like the
yeah.
worst one for me was when I first watched Blood Brothers, and I didn't know
Mm.
anything about it. I'd never studied it at school somehow. Everyone else did, and I left that theatre and I couldn't talk for about 20 minutes. And I literally was walking through the streets of London sobbing. It's like,
No,
it's so bad.
I was like that with Phantom of the Opera the first time I saw that because I've seen Phantom too many times now, and that was like I saw Phantom before I saw Wicked, so Phantom was like my holy grail for so long. I think I've seen it 5 times on stage, and I
Wow.
went through a phase when I was really, really not in a good headspace at the at like school, where I used to watch the 25th anniversary recording with Sierra Boggess and Hadley Fraser and Ramin Karimloo 3 4 times a day
I love that.
for like a long time. And I remember coming out of the theatre that the first time, and that whole like "it's over now" be like painfully sobbing. And I mean, the music in Phantom just gets you anyway, doesn't it? Because as much as you don't want to like him, Andrew Lloyd Webber can write a song, can't he?
Well, I've never seen Phantom.
You've never seen Phantom? Oh, I feel like
It's
you'd enjoy it.
it's so weird. I know, because I've like seen loads of shows and I'm obsessed, and Phantom's just never, it's never, yeah, been
Oh
in my
no,
life.
I feel like you'd enjoy it. It's very It's such like a lush spectacle as well. Oh God, I sound like a proper theatre nerd now. This is where people are going to realise that this has been
Lovey,
bubbling
lovey.
so close to the surface for so many years. I was on about this the other day because of all the Wicked stuff, and I feel like, again, this is going to be an opinion that upsets people. So many influencers jumped on Wicked because it was trendy,
Yeah,
and developed a Wicked obsession because it was trendy and because it was the next like Barbie moment. And
yeah.
I had talked about Wicked before, and I got the accusations. I got the "you're only jumping on it" because, and during like, I've got my own version of the Grimmery in my mum and dad's loft. I've got a flying monkey. I've got a Wicked bath towel from when I was 14, 15. I've got a mug that I bought with my pocket money because it was on sale, because it was damaged when I went to see the show for the first time. And I've got videos of me wearing a green t-shirt because I'm allergic to some face paints. So I had to play Elphaba in a green t-shirt, like 14. And people were like, "Yeah, just jumping on this because you're jumping on the bandwagon." And I was like, "No, you lot just haven't seen this because I didn't out myself as a huge theatre kid when I started on the internet. Like, which is, if you know me, even crazier because we'll talk about the J.K. Rowling's a bitch of it all. I got into Harry Potter through Star Kid.
That's
I
great.
I didn't see Harry Potter till I was 15 or 16. Had I, however, seen a Harry Potter musical and knew every single word? Yes.
Yeah, the blueprint.
Yeah, like Darren Criss was my Harry Potter. That was the first time I ever saw any of that. So, like, anybody that knows me knows that this is why this whole arc is hilarious, because I was a theatre boy before I was anything else. But yeah, I remember the whole Wicked of it all and getting the accusations, and I was like, no, let me clear up right now that you are
Yeah.
looking at the English Rachel Berry. Like,
This is it. But as someone as well, like, and you're the same, like you're a content creator, influencer, if you like, and also a fan. Like,
yeah,
and our content came from fandom. Like
yeah, no,
yours,
it
obviously, with
absolutely
the
did.
yeah, and we both crossed over. So like, Harry Potter for us was a big
Mm,
thing in our content, and I only make content about things I like
yeah,
love,
yeah.
and sometimes obviously there is like a bit of a bandwagon temptation because you want to talk about things that are trending to get the views. And sometimes for me, it's always like a first time listening or first time watching this because everyone's talking about it.
Yeah,
And then if I'm a fan of it, I'll make the content. If I'm not, I'll never speak of it again. And that's
yeah,
how you know I don't like something. But it's frustrating as a fan when you do see it. I remember we went to see the Cowboy Carter tour for Beyonce, and there was a
mm,
lounge of influencers, and they were asked the question like, or what song are you most excited to see? And nearly all of them named a song that wasn't on the set list. And I was like, that's the brand's fault, by the way, because they should have briefed these people and said,
yeah.
here's the set list, choose a song. So influence is not at fault. You get invited to something, you go. But it's so frustrating as a fan. And the same happened with the Eras tour. And like,
No, so I have my own thing with this because people, right, this is not me out in this because I want people to be like, oh, she's such a nice person. This is not what this is. I got offered a ticket to the Eras tour. A brand offered to take me and offered to put me in a lounge. And my sisters both love Taylor Swift, are both huge Swifties. I bought them tickets to go and see the show for Christmas. Like,
love it.
I can appreciate Taylor Swift music, would not call myself a Swiftie.
Fair
I
play.
said no to the brand. I said, I'm really grateful that you want to take me, but I think you should reach out and find someone that would appreciate this opportunity more. Because
As
like
you should.
I maybe know like 3, 4 Taylor Swift songs. Like I can listen to the radio and be like, oh, this is a Taylor Swift song, but I probably know about 4 Taylor Swift songs in
Yeah.
total. So I said no and said, please extend this invitation to someone who is a massive Taylor Swift fan, someone that's going to appreciate the experience more. And that is all the conversation you need to have as a content creator. If you are not genuinely a fan of something,
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Like
No, I
I
fully
get the
agree.
opportunities are fantastic and amazing and wonderful, but I think you're absolutely within your
No, I
rights to be
fully.
like other people, even if it's another influencer that loves Taylor Swift more, because at the end of the day, people go, oh, why don't these brands take actual fans? And like I agree, they should, but
I
they're
think.
not
I
gonna,
think.
are they? Because
Yeah, I think.
it's not profitable for them.
Well, there, yeah, because there's two parts, isn't there? So, like, people become brand ambassadors, and then it's kind of like it's less about the Eras tour; it's more about the brand
Yeah,
schmoozing these influencers, and also it's, um, I don't know. I just, it's like the influencers want to make content that's trending. The Eras tour was like the biggest event
yeah.
for 2 years. Like, you made a video about the Eras tour, the views were going to be like incredible. Um, but it is frustrating. I mean, like I make Taylor Swift content, like big
Mm,
Swifty, like only like for 4 years. But it was one of the things I listened to it for the first time. I loved it. I made content about it, and that's like it. And I wasn't invited to a single Taylor Swift
mm,
event or anything. And I'm like, I just look at brands and I'm like, you've fucked up here, because like you could have taken a genuine fan who has like the reach,
mm,
and I'd have been like, look at this amazing brand. And instead I'm like, you've got people going, and now people are really pissed off at your brand because you've invited someone from like Made in Chelsea who on their story goes, I don't like Taylor Swift, but it was great.
mm.
What are you doing?
And
What are you
the
doing
other
here?
one was there is so many creators that went more than once with multiple different brands as well. Because there is one influencer that I won't name names that went 4 or 5 separate times
Yeah, it's
with different
crazy.
brands every time. Like they went
Yeah.
as a branded thing. And like I think they are genuinely a fan, which cool. But like if you're in a privileged position where you could have bought those tickets to go and see them again, why do you need to go with 5 separate brands?
Yeah, you need to, after this is finished recording, you need to tell me who this is, by the way, because I think I know. I think I know. But that's the thing. But I love that bit as well, because I saw an influencer, it might be the same one, who literally was like, they did a whole video of like, here are the receipts. This is me at
Yeah,
this age wearing Taylor Swift t-shirts. This is me at this age going to see her at the Reputation tour. Bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind
yeah,
that. Like, whatever. You take the opportunities, you love it. But yeah, it's a crazy thing, isn't it? But
yeah. Because on the
yeah.
flip side of that, I do think that some people do take fandom too far. Because I think there's a subculture of fandom that is quite threatening
Oh,
and
100%. Yeah.
terrifying. And I think a lot of that vitriol gets directed towards people, and it doesn't need to. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think because it was the same with Sabrina Carpenter. Obviously, Short and Sweet was massive. I would see Short and Sweet that I got my own tickets for because I love Sabrina and wanted to go. And I remember being there because I was there on the last night in London when she did come on Eileen and everybody went
Oh, wow.
nuts. And they'd got 2 boxes worth of influencers at the top, which like brands do that, like whatever. But I know a few of the influencers that were in there. And I also know because I've been on trips with them, I've been at events with them and had conversations where they've gone, I fucking hate Sabrina Carpenter.
Mad,
And
isn't
then
it?
there they are getting free drinks and bopping about to Juno. Like
Yeah.
there was one of the creators in particular. I remember being there that night and she was like, oh, I'm here as well. And I was like, are you?
It's so weird. But that's what I mean. Like, when we're like in our position where you are a fan and a content creator, you
Mm.
understand. Like, it's a real frustrating thing because
Yeah,
you
you
totally
understand everybody's
understand,
frustration. Yeah.
but you also you get it from the influencer's brand point of view, and you're like, there's a nuance there that like that we kind of accept. But I get it. If you're like a diehard Swiftie and you couldn't get Eras tour tickets, if you wanna vent off about these influencers, I'm gonna like your video and probably repost it.
I think I think the long and short of it is, and if if they are listening, I think brands just need to research who they're using better.
Yeah,
It's, it
100%.
it doesn't take 20. It wouldn't take 20 minutes just to have a conversation with their management or to go through their stuff and or just even have a conversation with the creator and be like, oh, is this something that you're genuinely a fan of? Like, because I think it looks better for them if they take someone that actually cares. Because
Yeah. Or
I'll stand
sorry.
by. I went to D23 last year, which is big, massive Disney convention. I used to watch the D23 live streams on YouTube when I was like 10. So to get to go for me was like such a big thing last year. And I
Yeah,
remember
dream come true.
I pitched it to the brand. I pitched it to the brand that took me. Like I emailed them and I was like, "Can you please like here's all the reasons you should take me." And but that came from a conversation of them being like, "Oh, what are you genuinely interested in?" And I was like, "This, like this is," and they it did so well, and like my following were so lovely about it as well because they could tell it was something that I really cared about. And you'll know, content creation is all about community and having that like shared love of something. And if somebody can tell that you've got a genuine love for something, they're gonna appreciate that as well. And like as much as people like to see people, they like to prey on people's downfalls and they like to watch people fail almost. There is a part of the internet that, I mean, it doesn't necessarily last very long all the time, but there is a part of the internet that people do want to celebrate people's wins. Because like
Yeah.
with all the Wicked stuff, I've had so many people message me be like, "It's so lovely to see you like genuinely glowing and genuinely happy about this, and it's been really nice
Yeah.
to watch your journey to this point." And it's been a really nice space to be in. And why wouldn't you want that from from these
Exactly.
experiences? Why wouldn't they want that from taking a creator like you to see Taylor Swift? Why wouldn't they want that? Who's the other one? There's another creator that's like a huge Bridgerton fan
Yeah, I
and
think I know.
didn't end up at any of the Bridgerton stuff. And
But this is the thing, like and this is like where I look over because I wasn't invited to any Wicked stuff for both
mm,
films. I wasn't invited to the Bridgerton stuff, and I made loads of Bridgerton
mm,
content. Love that show. Not invited to any Stranger Things stuff, and I did make like uh,
yeah,
anyway. Like I have been negative about it once, which might have like killed my chances. But like it's like a weird thing. But then I was invited to like see Ed Sheeran, and I was like, well, there's a picture of me, a really blurry picture of me in 2010, standing outside the Hammersmith Apollo waiting to meet him. So I'm like, there's levels to it. But yeah, it's crazy. And then yeah, like, like you say, your followers become your cheerleaders. And there are always going to be people that like don't like what you're doing
yeah,
because they're just jealous of this in this instance. Like if you go into things or you doing things and they're like, oh, they don't deserve it, that comes from jealousy. And I completely like, I'm always like, you have your opinions, it's fine.
mm. I'm also going to stand on business now as well. Like, as a content creator, we are not entitled to anything. We are not entitled to experiences. We are not entitled
No.
to invites. And I have seen so many content creators kick off about not being invited to stuff recently. I
Yeah.
saw the most horrific Instagram story the other week where somebody tagged the brand
What?
and was like, "Here's X, Y, and Z reason why I should have been invited to this." And I know, I, this is, I'm really, I think they've made a mistake. And I remember reading it and thinking, this is such entitled behaviour.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, we are not, I know people that were in Wicked that weren't invited to stuff.
It's mad, isn't it? Like that's the
You
thing.
are
It's
not
like
entitled to any one experience. Like, it is
no,
a privilege
exactly.
to be there in the first place.
Yeah,
Do
every
I
single
think that
time.
some of these brands should look at sometimes who they're inviting because I think it would benefit them in an audience way? Yes. But are people entitled to these experiences? No, they are not.
No, exactly that. It's like you look over and you think, oh, I wish, or oh,
Yeah.
I would have been a good fit for this and whatever. But
And
like,
like, I loved Wicked. The invite for me was so special. And like the day I got that, and I was lucky enough to be invited to meet some of the cast as well, which was just a dream come true. Would I have been upset for not getting that invite? Maybe in private,
yeah,
but
exactly. In private,
was I entitled to be there? Was that something that I expected? Was that something that I necessarily deserved? Probably not. Like
no. But
it's a nice experience, but like at the end of the day, if you don't get invited, you don't get invited, do you? Like,
well, that's it, isn't it? And it's like, but you look at it as well. You look at the yellow carpet, and you've got
mm,
all these amazing like outfits. People dressed as Glinda, and people in full green. People like Dorothy, who went like viral. Was that Bella?
who, yeah.
Yeah. So she went like viral because she was at Dorothy and everyone was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. And I was like, yeah. And then I'm like, if I was there, I would have brought nothing to that carpet. Like, I'd have been in some ASOS suit, like with a green tie, like, hello. So I'm like, would never ever like be bitter about it. It's just,
Well, no, and this
you
is the
know.
thing, because like I knew that people were going to be judging. I'd got butterflies stuck to my skin because I was like, I need to go extra on this, otherwise people are going to be like, why is she there?
Exactly,
I've
that's
got
it,
like
isn't it?
3 layers of petticoats on, and oh bless my manager Rebecca and my sister, and later on in the night my boyfriend came to meet us as well. I had like 2 people on that dress at all times. It was crazy. But it's, yeah, I think that it's nice for us to be in those spaces, but we don't need to be there. I see it on my
No,
comment section on
exactly.
Facebook all the time. There'll be some middle-aged man like, are you in this film or are you just there? And you're like, I'm just there.
Yeah. And
And
who are
like,
you? Oh, yeah, it's so weird, isn't it?
but like also, yeah, why am I there? Like,
Because you deserve to be there. You
like why
deserve to be there.
why do you get these invites at the end of the day? Like, it's cool, but people are going to be confused. But it's that's my rant about people being entitled, John.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I fully agree. And like, you know, but that's
I'll
again,
send
it's
you
like
the
that.
screenshots. I kept them.
Yeah, do it. Oh my God, yeah, I need these. I need them because it is that thing. Like I say, like when you're a fan and a content creator, it's just like, you know, some content creators aren't in fandom. They don't like
Mm,
engage with any of it, and they'll make a throwaway video about Taylor Swift or Harry Styles, and the fans like jump on it, but they're like, this isn't my content. I'm not like a fandom like
mm,
participant, whereas we very much are. And it does that. Then the lines cross so much between the two worlds because you're like,
mm,
you know, fandoms are such amazing communities, and you can see sometimes why they get so angry about certain things. But then also understanding this industry, you're like, it's just how it works. And yeah, realistically, are you going to say no to free food, free drink, live music in a box in Wembley? You know, it's harder to say no to things than people realize. And like
it
you
really
saying no to
is.
the Taylor Swift thing, that's huge because it you would have had fun. You know, you would have had fun regardless of the,
Oh,
you know.
definitely. Like,
So
it would have been fun, but
you're turning down a free night. Like who does
mm,
that?
yeah, like
No one.
it'll have been fun for someone who actually loves Taylor Swift, but
Yeah.
mm, that's me, I guess.
Just so
Not to be that guy, but
humble queen. But no, I think we've covered. I literally have like a list of questions, and we covered it all just by chatting. So
I love
that
that.
was great. That was helpful. The only thing I do is I ask the do.
Hey.
I ask every guest if they've got any current obsessions, like music, TV, film,
Oh,
anything that you're currently just completely fixed on, hyperfixation kind of levels.
I mean, obviously, my wicked hyperfixation has actually taken over my life and has become profitable. I'm
Obsessulated.
literally, I'm so ready for the final season of Stranger Things. I have been a day
Mm.
one Stranger Things fan. But if we're actually going to go off what I'm obsessed with at the moment, the Lily Allen West
Oh,
End Girl album
ah,
has taken over my brain.
it's
I
yeah.
I listened to that album whilst I was cleaning my flat the other week. Like, I had a disassociation day. I put my headphones in. I didn't answer my phone. All I did was listen to the Lily Allen album whilst I was cleaning my flat. It took me about 4 hours to clean my flat because I kept having to sit down like hand over mouth
It's just
because I was
great. It's
so shocked. The song where she sampled the Stranger Things intro.
just it's hilarious. I think my first reaction to the album, I was just laughing. I was giggling like a schoolgirl because I was like, "Oh my God, can people say this publicly? Like, can you do this kind of public drag?" And then she just carried on, and it just got. And I was like, "This is great."
And there was clips of phone calls and she was reading texts and I was gagged because I think Lily Allen's had a fair share of problematic behaviours in public opinion.
Who hasn't?
But that album, it, if anyone is going to release the Epstein files, let it be Lily Allen.
Get her in government because she'd call out all the world leaders for what they are.
I'm so scared of that woman. So scared of that woman. Like, the power she wields. David Harbour has not been seen.
I know. And
Where
then
in the world is David Harbour? Like, Stranger Things 5 is probably the biggest TV release of the year, and he's been nowhere on this press tour.
I just the timing of it, like she went for blood, and she literally was like, I'm not stopping till, they're getting in the cleaners to mop that off the floor with chemicals. Do you know what I mean?
She was like, Vecna is defeated by a song. Let me be Vecna.
I just love it. Yeah, David Harbour's personal Demogorgon.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see. This is why they've pulled him off press tour, because 100% he'd have got asked about it. Probably by me.
You did message me and you were like, oh, I think I'm going to go and do a junket with Stranger Things. And I was like, ask David Harbour about Pussy Palace. Where are the butt plugs, David?
I actually, someday I need him to do like like Prince Charles did the interview after the Diana one? I feel like I need David Harbour after the Lily Allen interview. I want to be the Emily Maitlis in that interview. I need that for me. I want to ask those questions. I want to be the person to handle that interview. But oh god, that album has actually taken over my brain. Because it's just so good.
It's so good. It's just I was expecting like good things, and then I was like, yeah, this kind of exceeds whatever I could have ever wanted.
Like Beyonce's Lemonade was a moment and a revelation. Lily Allen, West End Girl, made Lemonade look like schoolyard gossip.
Well, she's still with Jay-Z, isn't she? So she had to be a little bit,
Although
she wasn't really careful. You saw Beyonce in the flesh?
I did. And I thought I was going to, I don't know what I thought I was going to do. She walked past at the F1 and
oh, wow.
She's phenomenal. She just looks like that.
It's
and
crazy,
Jay-Z's there, but
who cares?
Yeah, he was there. But Beyonce, wow. Although she was wearing a motorbike jumpsuit to the
Love
F1.
It's like her world, all right?
They literally have jumpsuits. They drive in jumpsuits.
Well, I'm surprised F1 didn't just get rid of all the cars and be like, right, you're driving motorbikes today, lads, because Beyonce's turned up.
Nothing would surprise me. Yeah, like, guys, hold on. Formula One, now about motorbikes, which was quite entertaining. But no, what a strange world we live in.
What a life you lead, Em Wallbank.
It is mental. I do look at it sometimes and think all of this happened because I said I look like a 12-year-old in a McDonald's drive-thru.
And you weren't wrong. So,
I am now. Being on the internet for the past 3 years has aged me.
Yeah.
I feel wizened. I feel like the light has died in my eyes, but
That's what comment sections do to you.
I feel like a raisin every day of my life. But it's what a wild time we've had.
No, I love it though. I love it. But that was so great. I loved this. It was so fun talking about everything.
It was so fun.
And it's so easy when this is why I wanted to do it as well. Like when you get someone who's just a fan, like first and foremost, it's so easy to just like talk about it and to like pick it apart, and everything is said with just so much love and admiration and like and I love this and everything you've said. So thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me.
Being here. There we go. And we'll see you next time on Standing Room Only. I need a jingle.
Yeah, you do. You really do. I'm trying to, like, I don't know. I can only think of West End Girl now.
Love it.